Hello, guys, again, back with you, Dr. Vogel. And there's something I forgot to mention about the authority, and well, I did mention in class. This is, I mean, the example about why, for example, the Germans, the Nazis, murdered 6 million Jews at least, um, following orders. Well, I mean, I can understand certain people, maybe 1,000 people being killed by orders, but 6 million takes a lot of people following orders. So authority is a powerful figure, and when they people were interviewed in the Nuremberg trials, they said that they were just following orders. And yeah, orders are important to be followed, but sometimes your values and your conscience has to kick in and say, wait a second, this is not compatible with my belief system and what's right and wrong. So yes, we and sometimes we criticize people who challenge authority, but when somebody challenges authority, we call them rebels. But it's not necessarily rebels, but they have a way of thinking that is well ingrained in them. Some of them are just rebels because they're rebellious, but some people just don't necessarily agree with everything that authority figures say. So it's important to have a good balance there. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is scarcity. We want what is not so much available, what is, and that is an economic principle to it. Okay, supply and demand. When something is low in supply, the and people want it, the price goes up. So it's basically it's not an economic principle. It's a psychological principle. And what happened in evolution was that it is basically a problem with food. The food was scarce. And the most important thing that a human being needs is food to survive, and water. And sorry, we're having technical difficulties here in this program, but we're gonna fix them in a second. And while we do that, I just want you to realize that there's no internet, and let me change to another network, see if it works. If not, you're gonna have to listen to me with a blank page, which is not being so fun. But I'll explain what I mean about scarcity. And if this doesn't work, which I'm gonna make sure it works in a second, then I have a presentation. I have Plan B, guys, which but it's in Spanish. But anyway, I have the information. And we usually there's no internet, it says here, so it's okay, because I have here um, the scarcity principle somewhere in here. Okay, and you have to be patient with me for a second. um, we have consistency, and we have scarcity, escasez. Okay, we want things that we can't have. Okay, and that's why we have certain things that they say, for a limited time only while supplies last. It's used in marketing all the time, and it creates a sense of scarcity in our minds, and we want it more. If there's enough out there, you know what, I can just can get it anytime. But if the shelves are empty, just like we see here in Venezuela, I'm saying, well, I don't know, this may be other country, but Venezuela, okay, people want what's not there. Okay, it's scarce. Just the fact that we see this, it's we kind of feel anxious that we don't have stuff. When we go to the supermarket here in Nicaragua or in the States, there's everything there, so there's no anxiety of getting it. We can get it tomorrow. We can get it, any day. The chicken that we're gonna use on Sunday, we can definitely get it some other time. That's not a problem. And but if the chicken was scarce, we all would line up to get it, and we'd be willing to pay more for it. Okay, and you may say, well, this is just supply and demand. Well, yeah, but where do you think supply and demand comes from? It's from our minds, guys. And sometimes the suppliers make scarcity issues, which are completely made up. and things do not, we don't have a limited supply of things, for example, and we have see infomercials and say call right now while supplies last. And all they're trying to tell you is that they're scarce, while they have a bunch of them in the warehouse, waiting to be sold. If they're sold, they can make a lot more, but they want to create a sense of scarcity. And so if something's scarce, people want it more. So we're going to create that. And for example, the VIP thing. Okay, come on, guys. I mean, we have VIP all over the place. And yes, you're a VIP person. Here's your VIP card. Only a limited number of people. Just membership at a club. Come on, guys. Going to Terraza, okay? Just the fact that the Price Mart has membership, which is ridiculous if you think about it. But who can get the membership? Anyone. But they use the membership thing to make us think it is just a select group. What do you think? What is the name of the brand of Price Mart? Members Selection. Come on, member selection. Your select group of members in a club that only a few people can get in. Bullshit. Everyone can get in, but they make it. I'm sorry for the word. I mean, but you know me already. Anyone can get into that club, but they make it seem scarce. They make you think that you're privileged when you have a VIP card. Okay, guys, they do it to me and it works. I have a VIP card for for certain people in banking, in the back, and also Mampro. So I go to a specific special place, entre comillas, where they treat me differently supposedly, and I have no money, but the fact is that they treat me like that, and I feel special, and it's because it's a limited amount. And they give these cards right and left, so it's like it's just a way of making you feel. Maybe not everyone has it, but what I'm trying to say is that I use it all that. I'm not trying to be funny at all, guys. I'm just telling you that this works. Scarcity. So you may want to think how you can use information that is privileged, entre comillas, to motivate people in your team to do certain things that you want them to do. Okay, this is going to be the other thing I wanted to share with you is that we have a principle about liking. It's called liking. Robert Cialdini called it liking. And we have a picture of one of the Kardashians. I don't remember who it is, but I put this picture here because there's certain people that like this gal. I don't like her, but certain people like her, and they want to. And we've seen this in advertising, but we want to associate this perfume with the liking that we feel towards this person. So if we buy this perfume, we feel a psychological association with the person that we like. And we've done this, and you guys know this. They use models and all that to associate the product with the person that we like. I don't know if you remember Tiger Woods, but he went from a very likable person to a normal person, I would say, because people started hating him because he had made mistakes, with women, and that was not a sin. Well, yeah, kind of a sin, but it's not so much a sin. I mean, you can't fall from grace just the fact because you had a problem with women. But the sponsors that he had and the companies that were associating his name with the brand, I don't remember which ones, but probably Adidas or something like that, or Nike. But they started, then he started not being such a likable person in the eyes of the public anymore. So they didn't want their brand associated with it. So that's one of the weaknesses of having liking you linked to a product, is that the person is human and can make mistakes, and usually do. Okay, but we use that principle while the person, and they have these contracts, they say if you fall from grace, if people start not liking you anymore because you made a mistake, if you end up drunk in the streets, and Kim Kardashian, if you do that, then we're going to not take away the sponsorship. So you better be careful what you do. So that's interesting, guys. How do we use that for our motivating of a team? I don't know. You want to use this information. Of course I know, but I want you to think hard about this. Okay. Let me see if we covered everything. The other thing is social proof that we use. And look at this McDonald's thing. It says over 19 billion served. What does it tell you? It tells you that hey man, if everyone has done it, maybe I should be doing it. Social proof. Why do we? Why all these weapons of influence work? Because we have mental shortcuts. Okay, we cannot be evaluating every single second of what should be done in our lives. We use cues or tips from the world. And if the majority is dressing with a shirt, maybe I should wear a shirt too. I don't go evaluating if I should wear underpants or all the time every day. I do it because everyone does it. It is a shortcut that we use to organize ourselves. We can't, if we had everyone evaluating all the time what they should do, we wouldn't do anything, okay? So if people wear a shirt to work, I want to wear one too. That's a shortcut. Maybe that's, I don't know. And that's the problem with following the crowd and following, and social, when we have peer pressure, what it is that we have a lot of people doing the same thing and we feel like we should be doing it too. Okay, because we take those members. Now, how do they use it against us? Well, McDonald's is using it because if 19 billion people have been served, it doesn't say that they like it, it says they've been served. But we automatically say, okay, if they've been served, people like it, then I should try it. I haven't tried McDonald's. I should like it. I should try it. So we can use statistics, for example, and say, you know what, 90% of the people that have been presented with this information have done this and that. And you know what the 10% people are going to feel in their heads without you telling them? Yeah, maybe I'm the loser. I don't know. If everyone's doing it, maybe I'm wrong. And that's a powerful thing. So let me just go back to and this is just an introduction, guys. I can't go over all the details, but we have the consistency principle. We've covered that. We have the social proof. We just did authority, and also we have liking, okay, and scarcity. So if we use, these are things that human beings respond to very powerfully. And if we use these things in a nice, ethical, honest, subtle, motivating way with our people, we can motivate them to do things that we want them to do because they're good for the organization and good for everyone involved. Okay, so yes, we can look at more sublime ways of motivating people, but this works, guys. So let me know what you think. This is going to be on the test. Okay, I was not trying to be funny at all. It's just that it is kind of funny in itself. Okay, well, take care, and I'll see you in class. This is video number 3 that you have to be responsible for, because you're gonna come up with a plan using these principles, and this is going to be part of your grade, to come up with a plan to motivate your salespeople, and you're going to present that to me. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you in class. Bye bye.